Welcome back to Main Street Living. You guys, it's been so hard during this pandemic when there was no sports, nothing new to watch on TV. I don't know about you, but it's driving me crazy. I'm so happy some sports are coming back.
Yeah. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm excited for this segment. We get to talk about sports. Yes, so we get to talk about basketball because basketball is back. WNBA and NBA here to talk to us about the NBA today. I'm going to bring in Adam Finkelstein. He's National Basketball Scout and Recruiting Analyst. Adam, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me, what was the initial reaction when you heard that the NBA was going to come back?
You know, honestly, it was, I hope it works, because that was, you know, there were going to be so many implications for college sports. And if the NBA was able to pull it off, then hopefully others would be able to follow suit. So I was just hoping it worked. And so far, so good.
What do you think of the bubble format, keeping everybody locked up in that bubble and then also pumping in the crowd sound, all of the changes they've made?
You know, I mean, it's some of those logistics that they come up with. I think having Jason Tatum's son, Deuce Tatum, in all the Celtics games has been really cool. But I think that the bubble format obviously has worked. And I think that the sports, Major League Baseball in particular, that opted not to go to the bubble format are having problems because of it. So I think that the NBA and Adam Silver and his leadership team in particular have really kind of been at the forefront of this and setting an example for all of professional sports.
So you're safe to say that you think the NBA is probably approaching this the safest way?
Yeah, I think so. I really thought, you know, Greg Popovich, the Spurs head coach, he said something yesterday, and I'm not going to be able to be as articulate as he did, but he credited Adam Silver and the leadership team. And he also credited the discipline of the players to stay within the bubble. And, you know, I mean, a lot of them were complaining about the food at Disney World, which, you know, given what a lot of people are going through, I didn't think was in great taste. But he did compliment them for having the discipline to stay in the bubble and not break it. And that's why we're being able to watch those games on TV right now.
And what has it been like to be able to watch games again after such a long break? I mean, we're seeing players that have not been playing basketball all of a sudden being thrown into this many games back to back.
Well, I tell you what, though, I think they have been playing basketball because these guys don't look all that rusty. So, you know, I mean, they have access, even in quarantine. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them have access to training facilities, whether they're in their house or whatever. I mean, the quality of play was better than I expected initially. Maybe not the shooting right away, but I think it's picked up and it's been fun to watch. It's interesting to watch them have to kind of play without the energy that the crowd provides, because that provides a different dynamic altogether in most cases. But it's been a lot of fun. I know I've been entertained. It's just some semblance of normalcy, which I'm sure for, you know, everyone has been nice to see after the last, you know, 6 months or whatever it's been.
Sure. And if I'm understanding this correctly, they've been pumping in home sounds for the home teams. Have you noticed that?
I have not noticed that. That's,
yeah.
You know, there's full stories and podcasts about all the technology that's going on behind the scenes. You see Paul Pierce in them. I mean, it's interesting stuff. But it's also cool to see the players from other teams will go in and watch the games too. You know, if they're in the bubble, they can go in and watch games. So that camaraderie side of it, I think, has been a cool element of it as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, how have the players been adjusting to be in the bubble besides the bad food?
Yeah, I mean, I think they were quickly scolded for complaining on social media. But, you know, for the most part, I'm with you. I'm watching kind of the YouTube videos and the social media posts and seeing who's playing what games out there at the Grand Floridian or what Disney hotel. And I know that if they don't like it, my kids would love to trade places with them anytime. So
right, it's all relative. So obviously playoffs in August. What's going on? What are your predictions? What are your expectations for the rest of the season?
It's hard to bet against LeBron, you know, but I think that I'll say this. I think Los Angeles is the favorite, whether that's the Lakers or the Clippers. But yeah, I'm going with LA one way or the other.
Has anybody surprised you yet? Any teams?
You know, I think that the Celtics coming back have been. I'm from New England, so I've kind of, you know, rooting for them just a little bit as much as I can. But so they've been fun to watch, and watching some of the Devin Booker is playing tremendous. So individual performance, and TJ Warren, those two guys in particular have been spectacular.
Absolutely. Well, I hate to cut you off, but since you are from New England, I'm just kidding. But thank you so much, Adam. We love the basketball talk, so we appreciate you having on always. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Danielle.